mastering online visibility for business growth is a conversation that requires you to be fit, okay? You know why it requires you to be fit? Because mastery, like you can hear, the first word of this conversation is mastering, mastery. Mastery is not something that happens overnight. Mastery is something that happens over time. Okay, so because it happens over time, it means that it requires you to have a mindset of faithfulness, intentionality, and teachability to continually grow in that aspect that you have to master. Okay, so mastery is something that happens over time. So if you are here and you're saying, Lydia has finally come to give me that one wonder trick, you know, I'm just going to click the button like this and your online visibility will grow. Hey, I'm here to bust your bubble. I am not a person who loves to teach fast tricks. You know, there's a Luganda proverb that I like that says, ebikula mangu nabyo bifa mangu. Okay, so you see, in business, meaning literally meaning that those things which grow fast, they also die first. Okay, they also die fast. Why? Because they don't have roots. Okay, so when we talk about mastery today we are going to talk about online visibility from the roots, not from the surface. You know, like we have made to believe. You know, people are just saying, post and you'll make money, do this and you'll make money, do this and your business will grow. Today, I want to approach this conversation right from the roots. So mastery, again, is something that happens over time. Now, as we dive deep into today's conversation, I just want to warn you before we dive deep that I am a daughter of a storyteller, okay? Yes. I'm a daughter of a storyteller, and like my father, I love to tell stories. I hope I'll be able to tell my stories and strategies within the next 40 minutes. And I hope that by the end of this conversation, you will not just be excited and energized like, my God, who brought this fireball, okay? You know, don't just live excited and happy about my energy, okay? I want you to be able to live equipped and empowered to go and take your brand to its next level, to go and make more money. Okay, so if you're ready, just go into the comment section and type, I'm ready. If you're ready for us to take this journey on, go into the comment section and type, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I need to know that you're here. Okay, Twaha says, I'm ready. Bob says, I'm ready. All right. Ijovin says, I'm ready. Okay, good to know that I'm ready. Isaac says, I'm ready. Good. I love you guys. You're amazing. You're ready for this. Okay. So, mastering online visibility. Last year, I embarked on a journey. I embarked on a journey to build my brand influence and impact across the globe. Okay, across the globe. That was at the start of 2024. I told myself that I think I've played locally enough. I am not a local champion. I'm a global champion, okay? And if you clearly see my background, you can see that behind me is a wall hanging with nations, meaning right from the time I started my business journey, I told myself I'm not a local player, I'm a global player, okay? So last year was the year when I said, okay, I'm going to be very intentional about extending my brand impact and influence globally so that I can earn not just within Uganda, but across nations. So, like, you know, I have, when you have a dream and you put it out very clearly, I guess many of us have dreams, and it's the power of our dreams that brings us here together today. When you have a dream and you hold it close, what will usually happen is that the thing that you want to achieve will now start drawing itself close to you. So around January that time, I saw a flyer that had been posted in one of the groups that I belong to. And that flyer was advertising a conference called the Growth Conference. The Growth Conference was an international conference that brought together speakers from different nations, and it was being hosted by the lady you see over here, Noella Yugo, the growth coach, a Nigerian, okay? So she was the host, and she had gathered together a group of different speakers from different countries. There were probably about maybe 10 speakers. I looked at it, I was like, wow, I like this conference. I like the idea, and it is in sync with what I want to do this year. Okay, so I joined the group in preparation for the conference. It was a free conference, so I said, let me join in and see what it is. So when I joined the group, Noella was also in the group, and I was able to notice who Noella was just by the conversations that were going on. So even before the conference, I side chatted her and told her, hey, Noella, my name is Lydia from Uganda. I like what you're doing, and it looks amazing and impressive. Could we consider having a conversation on how we can synergize, partner together so that we can synergize to expand the good work that you are doing as the growth coach? Okay. Now, in my life, I tell myself, Lydia, go ahead and do it. If they reject you, it's okay. Okay. So one of the things, if you're going to build an online presence, you must be okay with rejection. Okay. So I said, I'm not going to feel, I'm just going to, there are two possible answers she'll give me, whether it's a yes or a no. If she gives me a yes, glory to God. If she doesn't, it's well. So when I chatted Noella, she gave me a very interesting response that changed my mindset about online visibility. She didn't ask me for my profile. She didn't ask me what business I run. Noella asked me for one thing. She said, hi, Lydia, thank you for getting in touch. Send me your social media handles, guys. She didn't ask me for anything else. She just said, thank you so much for getting in touch. Send me your social media handles. And I'm thinking, gosh, you have not asked for anything else. Why are you interested in my social media handles? That time was the time that my mindset about being online and online visibility changed. And I thought to myself, you mean someone can use just only my social media handles to decide whether she wants to partner with me or not? Okay. I said, well, it's okay. I gathered all my social media handles. Okay. I sent them to her. To cut the long story short, that conversation, a simple conversation like that with Noella, after, of course, she looked at my social media handles and saw what she's there. She's like, okay, Lydia, we can partner. Now, because of that conversation and because of what she had seen on my social media handles, she said, yes, we can actually see how we can work together. And that is how I ended up hosting the Growth Conference East Africa last year in partnership with her. Okay. And then she called upon me again to help her host the Growth Conference Southern Africa. Okay. So that year she hosted the Growth Conference across different parts of the nations. Okay. Now, it was the online visibility that time, the content that I had been posting that gave me a place in her heart, that gave me a place in her mind to consider me for partnership, meaning that if she had gone to my social media pages and found nothing of I was posting, hey guys, see how I've eaten KFC, the food is cool, you know, or maybe showing my latest dress, my latest shoe, maybe should have discarded the thought of partnership with me. But I guess when she saw that, okay, when she saw that, she's like, okay, maybe there's something about this lady. Let me give her a chance. When that happened, I decided from that time that I am no longer going to play around with the thing called online visibility because it has the potential to open doors and dollars. Okay? It has the potential to open doors and dollars. Someone type in the comment section, doors and dollars. Okay? Someone type in the comment section, doors and dollars. Doors and dollars. Yeah, I need to make sure that we are here. Doors and dollars. Yeah. Your online presence has the opportunity to open doors and dollars. Yeah. If strategically handled. Now, the reason as to why many business owners are not yet enjoying the opportunity of doors and dollars through their online visibility is because many of us have not yet decided. Okay, many of us have not yet decided to take this online thing serious. Many of us are still joking around, you know. Guys, stop joking around with this thing. There are doors and dollars online, okay? Now, many of us have chosen social media, not decided on social media. We have chosen visibility, not decided. Choosing and deciding are two different things. Okay, let me help you understand. Choosing means, let's say, for example, I have a pen, I have a marker, and maybe I have a punching machine. Choosing a stapling machine, choosing means that I pick one of the three, okay? Deciding, decide. Meaning, if I choose, that means I can choose this one now, and then later on I switch, and then I come back to this other one, okay? I could choose the marker now, and then later on I say, no, let me just to try the pen. That is choosing. Deciding. Deciding comes from the word decidere. Decidere, which means to cut, okay? For you to be able to enjoy the benefits and growth through online visibility, you must decide, okay? You must decide that you are going to cut out all excuses, okay? Decide, what are you going to cut out? Yeah, what are you going to do? Decision means no turning back, no turning back. If you're Christian, I guess you've heard that song. I have decided to follow Jesus, no turning back, no turning back. In other words, when you have decided on a path, it means that you are going to take that path no matter what the consequences. Okay, so deciding means that you're not going to give excuses. So deciding on social media today means that you're going to say, I am going to post and I'm not going to give myself an excuse. Guys, there are times when I have told myself I'm going online and I don't want, I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't feel like going live. But guess what? I get myself a cup of tea, drink that cup of tea, and tell myself, Lydia, go online. You're not going to give that excuse. Okay? Deciding means, most importantly, even before you cut out all the excuses, is that you have a clear purpose for your online existence beyond the money. Okay, guys, we're business owners. And you know that sometimes money can get lost. So you look for it and you're like, now, where has the come for social media? And your key agenda is, I have come to make money on it. The moment you fail to make the money, or the moment you get another outlet to make the money, you'll discard your online engagement. Okay? So you must have a bigger purpose for your online presence. It drives you. And when it drives you, it will give you the results. The time I decided to go online, I told myself, I shall be a woman of value to my generation. Okay? So the reason I come online is not necessarily primarily that I make money. No, the bigger purpose of my presence on you to generations, to this generation. Okay, so you see, I have something bigger than money that is driving me. So before you even think about online visit, sir, business owner, entrepreneur, do you have than your money? Yes. Money follows meaning and value. Akampurira has put it very well. Thank you. Because you see, when you have something driving you, guys, let me tell you, maintaining an online presence is hectic. It is hectic. It is hectic. creating those videos. Those of you who are creating content know that you start recording the video. Sometimes I'll record and sometimes I'll say, cut, start again. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Start again. You know, sometimes you'll not even feel inspired to to be behind the cameras. It is hectic. And because it is hectic, you need a reason beyond the money. Otherwise, you'll give up. I've seen some of my clients giving up. I've seen some of my clients giving up. It's real work, and you need to be ready to put in the real work. Now, that reason, that clear purpose needs to be documented, not just known in your head, because there's a chemistry that happens between your mind and a pen. You need to get a pen and a book and actually note down, what is my overall arcing purpose that is causing me to be online? Okay? My children should be able to come and say, "Hi, mommy, look at you," you know? And my children's children should also be able to come and see why. Because these platforms are going to exist for long. Okay? So you see, there's reason behind it. So once you have purpose, the next thing you need to be able to do is to have clearly defined goals, measurable goals. Don't just post content for. Where are you posting? You know, these days everyone is online. One thing I've seen with many business owners, many of us are online simply because everyone is online. There was a friend of mine who was doing a training for mothers, and she asked them, "Where are you taking your children to school?" And when the mothers reflected, they noticed that many of them were taking their children to school simply because when a child gets to about 3-4 years, the default setting is go to school. So many of us are online because the default setting is business has gone online, but you don't have clear goals for being online. Okay, so you need to have goals for being online, and I encourage usually that you don't set my goal this year for 2025. No, that's a lazy goal. Set a goal for 90 days. 90 days is good enough for you to work hard on it, crush it, and rethink another 90 days. Okay, so have clear goals, a clear plan, and of course, no excuses. If you decide, nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop you. And I've seen the power of decision, not just for my presence online, but for a number of things. When I started my business journey, maybe what I didn't mention, what you don't know about me, is that I'm a medical laboratory scientist by profession. And so when I started my journey and I told my dad, Dad, I'm going to do other things. I'm not going into the labs. I remember that day, and I remember it so well. My dad looked at me, you know, with eyes of pity, yet eyes of annoyance. Can you just imagine that? Eyes that are pitying the child, but yet annoyed at the same time. It's like, look at this child. I could see in his eyes, look at this child. Yeah. But I could also see him pitying me that she's not serious. And then he asked me the question, Lydia, this your thing, this your business that you're getting into. You say you're going to influence lives globally, you're going to change lives at what? Is it going to pay you? Is it going to bring you the money? And I told him, Dad, I don't know. I don't know whether might be this business, this thing of mine that I'm talking about is going to pay me. But I told him, Dad, I will take 100% responsibility for the decision that I have made. And the day I said I am taking 100% responsibility, even when I didn't have food to eat, I didn't go back home. Even when I had only water to drink, I said I will fight my way out. Why? Because I had decided. That is the power of decision. Because believe me, until you have decided to take this thing of online presence seriously, you will still listen to me. You will listen to another speaker from America, another one from Nigeria, another one from Kenya, and very many other ones from Uganda, and still remain the same. And your brand will still remain the same. And that's why, even before I start talking about the nitty-gritty, I want you to decide in your heart. So if you have decided to build an online presence, go into the comment section and simply type in the comment section today. Don't worry about what is coming next. You first decide. Like, Lydia, you're making us sign a document before we even know what is coming ahead. Don't people get married before they know what's coming ahead? So if you're deciding to build a presence online today, just go into the comment section and type, I have decided. Okay, just go into the comment section and type, I have decided. Excuses. Oh, I don't see anybody typing. Okay, I have decided. I have people who have decided. Okay, Julie, I've seen you, you've decided. Twaha, I've seen you've decided. Carolyn, I can see you've decided. Okay, make sure that when you decide, you've really decided. Okay, now here, Rosemary, it's not to follow Jesus. The decision we are talking about is the decision to build an online presence. Okay, I know I've decided on Jesus, that is good, but the decision today I'm talking about is the decision to build an online presence, meaning that you're going to cut out all excuses, you're going to cut out, how will they see me, how will my family see me, they don't like me, I fear, and all such kinds of stories. Okay, so it's good to know that many of us have decided. Now that we have decided, even those who have not typed, I believe that you've decided in your heart, but if you've not yet decided in your heart, you better do. Because decision precedes excellence along this online space. Okay, so let's dive further into our conversation. Guys, can I tell you something? The market has changed. Before we even dive, the market has changed. And guess what? It will never, ever be the same again. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever will it be the same. So because it has changed, you have two options. You either adapt or die. Okay? Now, some of you have come from this school of thought where it's like, well, me, I'm not a social media person. I'm not a social media person. Me, I'm a private person. Hey. Let me explain the African way. You better change that mindset. You better change that mindset because the market has changed. The market has changed. It no longer knows that this whole thing, you see, people those days thought that the only people who post online are supposed to be, maybe you have a social media manager there and it's just a good thing. Do you see who I have posted here? Who recognizes this person? Look at the photo here. Who recognizes this person? Please go and type in the comment section and type for me if you recognize the person. Who is the person there? Who is the person you're seeing on my screen? Who is that person? Okay. MTN CEO. MTN. She heads MTN. Yes. Okay. Now, guys, if you're saying that for you, you're not an online person, you're running your small business, and you are saying you're not an online person, and a CEO of a big company that has potential to pay all the money it needs is online, what makes you think that you shouldn't be online intentionally? Okay. I've been following Sylvia Mulinge for a bit of time. She's Kenyan, but is currently the MTN the CEO of MTN. I wanted to bust your bubble right now because sometimes some of the things that are hindering some of us from building online presences and visibility is we are masked behind our beautiful title. I'm the CEO. I am the CEO. So you have embraced and enjoying the CEO title and you have forgotten the power of that title. Okay, so you're just enjoying that title and not using it. So you're thinking that CEOs don't show up online. Guess what? People don't follow companies. They follow brands. And while MTN has its pages, okay? While MTN has its pages, Sylvia has her pages. And if you go and check her on TikTok, she has showcased her life in a very interesting way that is positioning MTN in a global way. Okay? Now, if you follow through, you're going to find that she has won awards, okay, because of her leadership. Okay? Now, if you also look at what she's sharing her life, she's sharing the culture of MTN, she's sharing her experiences as a leader, she's sharing with you MTN. So, in other words, she's positioning the brand online. So that means that if you are someone who is already seeking employment there, you are already starting to align and say, I like her. Guess what? People who are going to start liking her are going to start thinking, maybe I should apply to MTN. Maybe I should apply to MTN. Why? You are attracted by her authenticity. Follow her content. She is very authentic. You can't imagine she's heading such a company. Okay? Because when you look at her, she gives you a full and authentic facet of life. Okay? Not just her leadership, but also MTN and so many other beautiful things she's doing. Okay? You see, she says, my life, I live for the audience of one. In other words, she has decided on the purpose for her online presence. It's clear, yeah, that she's using her life to manifest God's goodness. Okay, but in the process of doing that, she is also building the visibility for the company. Okay, so today, if you have been there and you're still saying that I will post content without showing my face, I want you to discard such a mentality because it's a cake. Like, Lydia, you've just abused us. Did you just call us a cake? Yes, but I'm sorry. Okay. It's a cake, you know. I'm like a Muchiga. I'm an Itesot, but I call myself a Muchiga Muteso because I give it like it is. Okay. I don't hide the good things that you need to know. Okay, because it doesn't benefit me not to tell you the right things and your business dies. Okay. Why do we need to see your face and why do we need to know you? Because the online space is changing. Because AI is rising, there is a need for more authentic voices. And the only way an authentic voice can be seen is by you actually speaking, by us seeing your face. Guys, have you seen videos where someone posts in the comment section, this looks like AI? How many of us have seen videos and then when you check what is in the comment section, you see things like, this looks like AI, this looks like AI. Have we seen that? Have we seen such kinds of videos? Yes. You know why people are saying this looks like AI? In other words, they are now craving, the world is now craving for authentic voices, not fake voices. And an authentic voice cannot come from a machine. It needs to come from a person, okay? There's still one thing that AI will never be able to hit, and that is the ability to feel. Okay, to feel like the clients feel, to feel like people feel. And that is why, as a business owner, you cannot just post content all the way without us seeing your face or hearing your voice. Okay, Lydia, I'm shy. There's a Ghanaian friend and lady who said that the only place we should be shy in is our bedrooms. The rest of the places, no more shyness. The tables have turned. Okay, as a business owner, you can no longer say I'm shy. So let's now get into the real nitty-gritties of this conversation. Let me ask you, let's talk a little bit. What does online visibility mean to you as a business owner? I would like to hear some voices. Okay, this time I would like to see some hands go up. What does online visibility mean to you as a business owner? Before even we dive into it, I want to know what you're thinking. What does it mean to you? Can I have some hands go up? Some voices? I want to hear. What does it mean to you? Because I need to be able to start from your line of thought. Okay? If you want to speak, just type in the comment section so that I'll see you and I'll be able to choose you. What does online visibility mean to you as a business owner? Because I know it already means something. I know we're already online. I know that we at least have either a page or, okay? Sylvia says interaction. Okay. Yes, Caroline, please go ahead and share. Online visibility is authentic presence amongst my customers. Thank you, Rosemary. Caroline, go ahead and share. Let me hear your voice. Fit Caroline. Yes, and Josephine will go after. Okay, Caroline, go ahead. As others type, if you're not going to speak, just go into the comment section and type what online visibility means to you. Just go and type. Those who are not speaking, I'll take these 2 hands as the rest go typing. I'll read what is in the comment section. Yes, Caroline, I'm listening. Caroline? Okay, Caroline is not speaking. Let me hear Josephine. Josephine, you raised your hand. Let's hear from you. Josephine? Nantongo Josephine, please speak. Your hand is up. I'm not enabled by the host.
It means you share your business on social media for everyone to see.
You share your business on social media for everyone to see. Okay? Thank you so much, Josephine. Yes, please, Anita, please enable Caroline so that she can speak. She says she's not enabled. Share your business on social media for everyone to see. Thank you, Josephine. Yes, Caroline.
Thank you so much, Madam. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, thank you so much. Social media presence to me means being searchable on all the search engines. For example, if someone typed your business name, what would pop up? Are you available online on the search engines? That is what visibility means.
Are you available on the search engines? Okay, thank you so much. I'll read some more in the comment section. People say being searchable on search engines, being recognizable. When someone searches online, do they find me? I'm enabled. Awareness about your, to me, online visibility means being easily found, trusted, recognized by the people. It's about building, okay? It's in a business sense, it's advertising and publicity. How easily potential clients can find you and discover your brand on the internet through platforms like search engines. Okay, good answers. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, while those are good answers, I want to elevate your thinking this morning. Okay, it is space, it's a virtual market. Okay, I want to elevate your thinking on visibility this morning. It's good, the answers that you talked about, but let me show you. Okay, number one, visibility isn't about being online. Visibility isn't just about being online. You see, you can have a TikTok page, a YouTube page, a Facebook page, but does that mean that you're online, that you're visible? No. It doesn't mean that you're visible. Visibility isn't about simply going viral, or you post a video and you have 1 million views. No, it doesn't mean you're visible. Let me give you an example. Have you seen, do you remember this guy, Inewa, yeah, Inewa? Did you notice that many businesses used him as an influencer? Okay. But again, if you went down and looked at the comment section, you notice that they could have gone viral, but across the wrong person. So you find that in the comment section, people are saying, Daddy Kawato survived, Daddy Kawato this and this, Daddy Kawato has escaped poverty. But there is nothing in the comment section about the brand. Or someone even asking, where can we buy this from? How much? Nothing. So visibility is not simply about being online or going viral, okay? And then it is also not noise. You can be quiet. You can be quiet and visible. Why? Because your brand is optimized, okay? You can be, it doesn't mean that for you to be visible, everyone everyone must be able to say and see, yes, we've seen you and what? Of course, reach is important. I'm not discounting the need for reach, but noise does not equal visibility, because if the noise is around people who are not your clients, it's not good noise. So therefore, what is visibility? The one that causes growth. It is strategic. Yeah, guys, the key word there is strategic. It is strategic exposure that builds trust, traffic, and opportunity. If your presence online is not building those three things, then question your visibility. So when we talk about visibility, it is strategic exposure. When I say strategic exposure, it means that you are strategically exposing yourself to the people you want to be seen by. Okay? So Josephine said something. Online means me showing my business to everyone. No, it is not to everyone. It is to the people you want to see it. Let me give you an example. If I'm selling a product for young people, okay? But I'm on LinkedIn. But I'm on LinkedIn. Now I'm selling a product for the youth, okay? These teens, what? But I'm on LinkedIn. Guys, do you think my product will sell? But on LinkedIn, I have like 1 million followers. Please go into the comment section and answer me. I'm selling some nice t-shirts for teenagers, but I am based on LinkedIn. Am I going to make money? Is that visibility necessary? Is that visibility valuable? Hello, 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 hello. It's not strategic. So for visibility to make sense, it must be strategic. And when we talk about strategic exposure, it means that you are turning yourself towards the people whom you want to build trust, traffic, and opportunity with. An opportunity with. Maybe referrals, even the referrals may be few. Okay? So strategic visibility will drive leads. Okay? Now, if you're online, remember we are business owners. Yeah, we are not missionaries. In my classes, I teach my clients, and like, guys, we are not missionaries. We are not missionaries. There is a difference between a missionary and a business owner. A missionary gives value, and we say, oh, thank you, God. Now we bless you, we bless you, we bless you. If we are happy, we may give you a love gift. Okay. The business owner, you provide value in exchange for money. That therefore means that your visibility needs to lead to needs to lead to some leads, and it is from these leads that you actually grow your sales. Okay, I'm going to show us that further. So I'm going to show you exactly how this trust, traffic, and opportunity comes about. So in order to master your online presence, I'm going to teach us through what is called the visibility pyramid this morning, okay? But your aim online should be three things: to get seen, to get heard, get paid. Let's all go into the comment section and say, get seen, get heard, get paid. Okay? Get seen, get heard, get paid. Visibility is incomplete if it is not enabling you to get seen, get heard, get paid. That is the completion of visibility. Get seen, get heard, get paid. If your visibility is not yet getting you money, it's incomplete. Okay? Because why? You're spending money on that camera. You're spending money on that data. You're spending money on that time. Why shouldn't you be paid for it? Why should you be comfortable just to put out content and not make a sale from it? No, 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 no. The end of your visibility, the end of your presence, yeah, the end game should be that money enters your pocket. And if money has not been entering your pocket, you should start changing your mind that money should start entering your pocket. This year, and is it possible? It's very possible. This year, most of the clients I've served have been clients online. And I'm not even saying small clients. There's a client I'm currently working with in Nigeria. Guess where I met them? TikTok. Lydia, are you sure? Yes. Paying over $5,000. It's like, have you gone to Nigeria? No. Are they working with you? Yes. Have they worked with you? Yes. Where else are you working with clients? In the US? Where else? Kenya. Yeah. So let's look at step one. The step one in building this visibility is you need to start with the foundation. The foundation, one of the mistakes and why very many brands are suffering to stay online is that they are not dealing with the foundation. Okay? Anytime you have no foundation for what you are building, it will crumble. It's just a matter of time before you crumble. For you to build a strong online presence, you need to start with the foundation. Okay? When I talk about the foundation, what do I mean? I mean that you must be clear about three things. You need to know, you need to have a clear man. It's like, Lydia, a clear man, are we dating? Don't worry. Your man, your message, and your means must be clear. Okay? Man is a concept I teach in my master classes. Okay? Man, in a simple term, is your target market. Okay? Man basically stands for the person you target. The person you target must have the money. M stands for the money. The person I'm targeting to buy my product and service, do they have the money? M stands for money when I say clear man. Do they have the money, okay, to buy from me? Now, A, do they have the authority to make the buying decision? And do they have the need? That is the way you know that someone is your client. They should be a man. Someone go into the comment section and type man and put money, authority, need. Because many of us are dealing with people who are not our men, okay? Man, money, authority, need. For you to be able to position online, you need to make sure that you're dealing with your man, someone who has money, has the authority and the need. Okay? That is the person you target. That is the person you target. Immediately, you're not dealing with your man. You're going to struggle to make money online. You're going to struggle to get seen. Okay? You need to focus on your man. That is what we call strategic positioning. Man. Your client must be a man. They must have the money to pay you. They must have the authority to make the buying decision, and they must have a need. Okay? I write about this. I may not go deeper into this because of time, but I write about it in my book, Profit from Your Passion. I've written a book called Profit from Your Passion where I expound deeper on that, okay? If you don't have your man clear, you are going to struggle. You are going to attract everyone. I call it attracting crickets, okay? So you're like, but Lydia, I'm posting, but people are not seeing my content. But Lydia, I'm posting, but people are not seeing my... Because you are not talking to your man. Once you know who your man is, your message will be twisted towards their hearts. So you're there posting general content and crying. You are not talking to your man. You must be able to talk to your man's heart, because buying and selling is an emotional decision. So if you talk to their heart, you'll get into their wallet. Okay? So you must be able to understand who that man is. Now, once you understand that man, you must then understand what is the message. What is my message to that man? Remember that we come online to share a message, not to show off. Okay? Now, that message must speak to the heart of the man. Okay? That's why I do this in my masterclass. You can see it's a whole class on building. Can we also say need or want? You must speak to their needs, not just their wants. Yeah, don't speak to their needs. Speak to the things that pain them most. Speak to the things that pain them most. The reason why we struggle to sell is because we are selling to people's wants. Don't sell to their wants. Sell to their needs. Sell to their pains. Okay? So the message you see there is what I call the brand story. You must have a summary of your brand story, because your brand story will then guide your messaging, your communication on social media. I see so many businesses and I feel like crying for them. You see, today they are posting the cakes. The next day they are posting, Gale guys, tuliwa no tuliwa we are eating life. Then the next day they are posting, Kale Bobby Wine has been arrested. And you're like, Jesus, what is this? Okay? And they're also saying they want money for their business. You're giving us Katogo and you're saying you want money for your business. You cannot post a mixed message and expect to attract the right people. Remember, you're dealing with AI, you're dealing with the algorithms. These robots are also reading, okay? So when they read your content and they notice that it's mixed, it is going to struggle to push it to the right people. So guys, don't confuse the robots. Don't confuse the AI robots. All of these platforms now have robots that read our social media platforms and say, oh, she's talking to women's skincare. And you find that your content will now be pushed to women's skincare. But if today you're talking women's skincare, tomorrow you talk something different, you're going to confuse the robots. So they'll not know who to post your content to. Okay? So I gave here a simple example that you can use. So you see here, for busy professionals, I'm reading down here. This is a summary of the message that now guides your communication. It means that all your communication will be guided by this sentence. In other words, for busy professionals, let's say you have found that your man is busy professionals, okay? That is the first thing. You've identified who you're going to speak to. That means that even when you're talking, sometimes you can start, hey, busy professionals, guys, welcome back from work. Because you're not talking to everyone. You're talking to this guy who is from work. I know you're tired. But you know what? I have a drink to help you relax. Why? You can speak directly to them. So for busy professionals, then the next thing is who value. You need to know what your man values. Why do you need to know what they value? So that you can speak to their heart. Who value convenience? So the next thing for you to be able to find out is, what does my man value? The people I'm targeting, what do they value? You need to know what they value, because what they value, they will put money down for what they value. Okay? So that means that if you know what they value, you need to speak to what they value, not to what you value. One of the mistakes I made earlier on in my journey, I was speaking about what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate. Many of us come, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about this. It's not about your passion. It's about their problem. Then Farm Fresh, okay, there you put your names, offers a curated selection. So you need to be able to have a good summary of what is the value proposition that you bring. Now, some of us are business owners right now, but you cannot define your value proposition in a single sentence. I ask you, what do you sell? I sell the perfumes, and I also sell eggs, and I also sell... You should be able to summarize. If you cannot summarize the value, your offers that you bring in a sentence, there's a problem with your offers. There's a problem with your offers. They need to be clarified. Okay? Then, so that is value proposition. Your value proposition delivered directly to your doorstep. You need to know what is the gap that you are feeling that other people, your competitors in the market, are not feeling, because you need to communicate it. Let me tell you something. When we talk about the gap, I'm not talking about something that is new, no. The gap is something in your niche that people have ignored. So because they have ignored, you come and do it so well that you look so cool for doing something simple, simply because other people are ignoring it. Let me show you something, a gap in our market. CJs, okay? CJs came into the market and studied us Ugandans. It's like, okay, there's something about the Ugandan market. Number one, we are very excitable, okay? So because we are very excitable, one of the things that CJs has mastered is that to keep us, they keep bringing some new things. Okay, if you've noticed that CJs, after some time, they'll introduce something new. Why? Because they have understood that Ugandans are a very excitable market. They need to be stimulated all the time with something new, otherwise they'll leave you. But the key gap that they noticed is that much as there are a number of restaurants in our country, the customer care and consistency of the output is not the best. So CJs came and said, we are going to be so consistent in our output that what you eat in Entebbe will be the same thing you'll eat in Kampala, will be the same thing you'll eat in Nairobi. We shall also be so consistent with our time, because many of our restaurants will say 5 minutes and they bring it to you in 20 minutes. Have we noticed that CJs have mastered time and consistency? Hello, CJ goers, I know you're here with me. Have you noticed that they have mastered time and consistency? Those are gaps. There's nothing new about that, but those are gaps. So similarly, you need to know the gap so that you can also communicate it in your content. And then you also need to know the benefits, saving you time and ensuring fresh ingredients for your meals. You need to know what are the benefits that my offers bring. So your communication in content will be a continuous repetition of that sentence in different kinds of content. Lydia, aren't you going to bore our audience? No. Your repetition builds your reputation. Please go into the comment section and type that. Your repetition builds your reputation. You repeat it over and over again. You repeat it over. Hasn't CJs built we are big on breakfast until all of us know we are big on breakfast? I mean, haven't they repeated we are big on breakfast until when we just say big on breakfast? Will you mention another restaurant when I say big on breakfast? Hello? If I mention big on breakfast, will you mention another restaurant? You'll not. Why? Because your repetition builds your reputation. And when your reputation is built, people will now know what they can trust you for. So don't get scared of repeating it over and over and over again. Okay? So that's the message. Now, let's look at this. Someone, join me. Look at this. So I want you to imagine for a minute that you are sending a cow to a beloved friend as a gift. Which means of transport would you use? A is on the left and B is on the right. Please go into the comment section and tell me you're sending a cow to a friend of yours. They've just married. They have married beautifully, and you say, I have bought you a cow. I have bought you a cow. And you are sending it from your village to Kampala to them. Which means of transport would you use? Please, let's go into the comment section. A or B, A or B. Just go into the comment section. A is this side. On A is this side where there is that small car. B is on this side. Which means of transport would you use? Please, let's do this very fast. Okay, Sylvia would use B, Harriet would use B, Caroline would use B. Okay, Purity would use B. Okay, Violet would use B. So the question is, why are you using B? Purity, why are you using B? Purity, why are you using B? I want someone to say something. Purity, why are you using B? Please turn on your microphone and tell me why you're using B and not A. Okay, Christina Kadama, why are you using B and not A? I love a talking class. Okay, Sylvia says presentation. Okay, now guys, you can clearly see that no one has said A. Yeah, why? It's safe for the cow. Yeah, it's safe for the cow. Someone says it's safe for the cow. Yeah, of course, B, to show the person you're gifting them that you care. Those are good answers. But most importantly is to make sure that that cow reaches. Do you know that if you put that cow on A, do you think it will reach? Okay? the first thing, the first reason, of course, all of those are comfort, seen properly, those are all good. But the first thing that you need, why you would use B is so that it actually reaches. Because honestly, such a cow, if you're moving it from Mbarara to Kampala, by the time you reach Biharwe, I don't know if it will still have hoofs. Okay? So, means, it takes me back to the last point here on foundation, the means. Some of us, what is hindering our visibility is that we have a good message, we know our man well, but we are not sending it out on the right means. The means is the platform you are on. Are you on the right platform? Is it relevant for the kind of business that you're running? Okay? So if you are on TikTok, but you're supposed to be on LinkedIn, you're on Instagram, but you're supposed to be on Facebook, you're on Facebook, but you're supposed to be on Twitter, where does my man spend most of their time? And that is where you use, that is the means of transport you use for your message. So I want you to think through where I'm spending my time. Does my man spend their time there? You need to know. Lydia, how do I get to know these things? Check the analytics. For example, is a channel where you'll find a lot of women compared to men. Why? Because women have to, show their pictures and things like that, because it's a pictorial kind of channel. Okay? TikTok, they say that you will find young people. See that these days we're having old people even on TikTok. I was shocked. And that is why, to know the right platform, you must get used to checking the analytics of the channels. Okay? Having a channel is not enough just to open the channel. Study the analytics. Learn to go to the backyards of those channels to study the analytics and find out from your content who is watching my content, how old are they, which country are they from, which location are they from. All of that information is critical because it will inform where you must spend time on. Then you must also look at what are the strengths of the channel that you are putting your content on. If your content is so much of video content and then you're putting it on a channel that is not optimized for video, you're going to lose out. Okay? So you need to be able to understand the different platforms. Please don't try to be on every platform. It is hectic. Because as you're still, because these channels keep changing all the time, you may not keep up with the changing channels. Today they are posting, today YouTube is changing this, tomorrow TikTok is changing that. As you're studying YouTube, this is changing. It gets hectic. You'll not keep up. You'll even confuse them. So what's my encouragement? Find at least 2 key platforms, okay, where you can spend, where your man spends most of their time. And that is where you focus on building. Does that mean that you don't post on other channels? I'll tell you what I do. I know my key 2 channels that I focus on. However, I just post the same content on those other channels. Why? It's just to keep the channel there. Okay? I'm just putting it there. It's like how a farmer can plant beans on farmland that they are not using, so that if they choose to use it, the land is not so bushy again. Okay? So, much as I know 2 key channels that I've chosen to use for my visibility, I will still keep posting on the other channels, not necessarily so that I can engage a lot on them, but so that there's a presence, so that if social media plays around and then all of a sudden Twitter is what is on, I had a presence there that I can stand on. I hope that makes sense. Now, once your foundation is right, chances are high that it will be easy, because the next thing is the body. And the body is where many people get stuck. Consistent content along your key channels. Consistency is king. Don't wait for perfection. I don't know how much I can say that. Don't wait for perfection. Make sure that you are consistent. Post every day. You know, things have changed so much that these days, posting 3 times in a week is no longer enough. You need to post a bare minimum of at least once a week from experience. I have seen, and I've tested it with my channels, that every time I just stop being consistent, the next time you post a video or you post something, the views drop. Why? Because of the robots. There are now robots on these platforms and they are reading inconsistency. So every time they notice that you're being inconsistent, they are noticed like, okay, we've seen her bad manners. We've seen his bad manners. He has been away for a week. Now he thinks that he wants to come and just post, and we send him a viral. We send him viral. No. They're not going to send you viral by mistake. You must show up. And can I tell you, show up imperfectly. Don't wait for perfect days. There's a video that I posted, and to this day, it has been my most viral video with about 513,000 views. But what is interesting about that video, I almost didn't post that video. Why? Because I had made a mistake. I'd made a mistake. As I was giving the points, I made a mistake in the numbering. I said 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. I said I was going to say, I think 5 points, but I missed to count number 4. Now I was battling with myself. Should I post it? Shouldn't I post it? Should I post it? Shouldn't I post it? But because I wanted to be consistent, I said, let it be posted. That video was posted and that video went viral. Within 1 month, the video, which was imperfect, took me from 10K views, from 10K followers to 20,000 followers in 1 month. Now, just imagine I had kept it in my gallery saying it's imperfect. They are going to see that I missed number 4 when I was numbering. And what is interesting, out of those 513,000 views across the nations, guess what? Very few, less than 2%, if that's even if 1%, noticed the error. People notice the value more than the error. In other words, don't be so critical of yourself. Post it imperfectly and just promise yourself to get better in your next video or in your next content piece that you're putting out. You don't have to wait for it to be perfect. Now, when you post content, you will get seen, you will get heard and get paid. So the getting seen, getting heard and getting paid is based on the content that you're posting. But you need to make a strong first impression. I was going to allow us to do this practically, but I will just talk about it. To make a first good impression, you need to make sure that your channel is optimized. What does that mean? You need to do a profile edit on your channel. Okay, guys, I told you I love practical things. You need to get you need to do a profile edit. Pick one of your channels right now, okay? Pick any of your channels right now. Your channels need to show this. Number 1, does your bio clearly say what you do and who you help? It is important to have this because when people come and see your content, guess where they usually go to? They go to your profile, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's TikTok, whether it is whatever platform it is. When people are starting to show interest in you, one of the key places they go to is your channel. Okay? They will go to your channel profile. So I want you to go back and correct this on your channels. All of you, go and do this audit and correct it. Number 1, does your bio clearly say what you do and who you help? Okay, I gave you an example here. It says AI strategist. The person has already told you I'm an AI strategist. I help you stay ahead in AI. Okay, so your channel must be able to say who you help. Okay, then Would I know how to work with you if I visited your profile right now? Don't leave people confused, wondering what to do. There must be a number. There must be a link. You must lead the people somewhere. That is how the sales are gotten, through leads. Let me show you. I'll give you, you see Enterprise Uganda telling you, register before you enter, register before you enter. Don't you think Enterprise Uganda would not have given us these links without registration? What do you think Enterprise Uganda is doing? They are collecting leads, because as long as my name enters your system, you have my name, you have my email, you have my number. The next time Enterprise Uganda has an event, it will blast messages to the thousands of people that have attended these programs. Why? All of those are leads for Enterprise Uganda. So why should you have a profile that doesn't lead people close to you? There must be a direction where you can have people going to. Then number 3 is functional and fresh. Okay, there are people, you look at their profile and it is talking about a program which happened in 2024. Okay, you're advertising a program which happened in 2024. It is not functional, it is not fresh. Or maybe you adjusted certain things about your business but have not yet changed it. You must keep them up to date. I've made these mistakes now. That's why I'm telling you. And I know some of you are already making them. That's why I'm telling you to go and check yourself and change it across profiles. Okay, and make sure that what is on your LinkedIn is not different from what is on your TikTok, is not different from what is on your Facebook. Why? Keep consistent, so that if I meet you on this channel and I meet you on the other channel, you're speaking the same language. Some of you on Facebook, you're like this. On TikTok, you're like this. What should I expect from you? You're the same brand, but you're looking different across platforms. The branding must be consistent. The pictures must be consistent. The banners must be consistent. And it needs to be captivating also. Okay? I would have asked us for what, but because of time, you'll just go and do that by yourselves. Okay? So that is a simple profile edit that you need to all go back and do. Now, the last thing on the top is collaborations, PR, SEO. Those ones build your visibility very fast. Okay. However, listen to me if you have stopped listening to me. Those things at the top are good. Collaborations are good because they cause you to expand your reach. Okay. You're able to amplify your reach. You're able to be seen by many people. Let me give you an example. If you partner, for example, with someone who has more followers than you, you go and get in a while, you partner with him, and you have a conversation over your brand, it can push you. But before you partner with anyone, you need to make sure that they align with your brand voice. Okay? Because anyone your brand partners will be aligned with your brand. If they are insincere people, we shall say your brand is an insincere brand. Don't get carried away with someone who has many followers simply because you want to enjoy the benefit of their followership. Make sure that their values are in line with your values. That's why if you are a business and a business owner here, you must have clear values that are ingrained in you, so that when someone seeks you for partnership, or when you're seeking someone for partnership, you're looking for alignment. Are our values aligned? Okay? But also, you must have done the work. Make sure that you have also been posting. Make sure that there's content on your channel. There is a big disadvantage of partnering with influencers before you have some substance or foundation on your channel, because it will expose your weaknesses. How? Let me give you an example. You partner with a brand that gives you leverage. It causes so many eyes to come onto your channel. But when the eyes come onto your channel, they notice, remember, maybe you've not been posting, your channel is not clean in the sense that the content is mixed, it's not branded, it's not good content. You will draw people close to you and they're like, yeah, but there is no value here. And guess what? You will have wasted that visibility that you have drawn towards yourself. In other words, build strong systems and structures before you consider collaborations or partnerships that will expand your reach, because they can either expose your weaknesses and cause your brand to be, cause a bad brand visibility. Yes, there's bad brand visibility. Okay? Or if you build traffic towards yourself and you're not ready to contain the traffic, then it doesn't work for you. I'll give you an example. In 2013-14, I launched a product called Winning Woman. Now, by that time, I was passionate and on fire. Nothing would stop me. We launched a product called Winning Woman. Guess what? That was the time when I just started, 2012-13. For that event, we said we wanted Rebecca Kadaga as the guest of honor, okay? We got Rebecca Kadaga around us. We got Amelia Chambadi around us. We got NTV to partner with us. We got Monitor Publications to partner with us. We got Capital Shoppers to partner with us. We got Mogas Petrol Stations. We got Nile Breweries. So we created a lot of clout around us and so much attention drawn to us. But at the core of it, we were very systemless. We were very systemless. We had no clear systems around us. So after attracting all of that cloud, people kept on asking, who are the people? You know, we were small, first of all. I'm already small, but imagine that time I was really even smaller than this. People were asking, who are the people behind this brand? So they were looking for some big man with a big stomach or some big woman. We were two small little girls who had drawn attention without knowing how to channel attention. So by the time you channel attention towards you, there must be a system to absorb that attention. What are some of the systems? Pipelines. I trust by now Enterprise Uganda has taught you about pipelines. I don't think that's a new term to you. Okay? So by the time you attract any lots of attention towards you, for the sake of visibility, make sure, number one, you have a clear offer, okay? And number two, there is a pipeline through which you can take through these people. So that you don't look confused. Now, let's continue. So being seen is step one, but step two is getting heard. And the real power, okay? The real power, it lies in how your message connects and converts. That's where real growth begins. Real growth is how your message comes out. And one of the biggest things you must master as a business owner is business communication. I always tell people that if you open your mouth strategically, it can move you faster than your feet will. I'll say that again. If you open your mouth strategically, the quality of words, the way you say it, the way you put it, it will move you faster than your feet can. That's the interesting thing about communication. So how does that happen? Through valuable content. Now, when we talk about content, in visibility, not all content is equal. Not all content is equal. I'm going to show you 4 kinds of content, okay? Now, many of us are creating content and we're saying, hey, but Lydia, they are not buying from me. Hey, but Lydia, my followers are not growing. Hey, but Lydia, this and this is happening, because you have not yet understood the 4 types of valuable content. So there are 4 types of content. Okay, and each of these types of content will do something differently for you, which takes me back to where I started from. You need to start with a goal. So when you know your goal will guide the kind of content that you create. Number 1, there is content that builds authority and followers, authority, views, and followers. What is that kind of content? Tutorials, education posts, point of views, trends, behind the scenes, tips and tricks, inspirational quotes, how-to guides. Such kind of content is content that builds, it establishes you as the authority in that niche and causes you to have people follow you. And guys, I want to encourage you from today onwards to respect every follow on your channel, because every time someone follows you, it means they are trying to say that we like what you are doing. We like what you are doing, and we want to have more of this. We want to have more of this. So if you want to build, if your channel is small and you want to build your followers and you want to build authority for people to know you as, if you want to go for perfumes, go to this person. If you want to go to skincare, go to this person. If you want to go for farming produce, go to this person. That's the kind of content that will do for you that thing. Now, if you want to sell, is another form of content that enables the sales. You showing your achievements, okay? You sharing case studies, okay? Sharing methods of framework, sharing problem-solving content, testimonials, offers or promotions, before and after results, value comparisons. Such kind of content is what shifts the buying decision, okay? So I have clients I have a client from the US. There are two clients I have from the US, and both of them came to me and say, but Lydia, we have been consistent with our content. How comes we are not selling? When I looked at one of their pieces of content, I noticed that they were doing a lot of authority building, but they didn't have content that sells. So when we just started inserting a bit of content that sells, and then when we created clear offers, she started selling. She started selling. So the other form of content that you need to have is content that builds trust. You can't be an authority and you can't be selling all the time. You need to share some content that makes us to like you, to trust you. I know you've all heard the saying, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So what is content that will get us to trust you? Behind the scenes, yeah? I bring the people behind the scenes. This is how our juice gets made. This is how our products get made. This is why, oh, guys, come behind the scenes. I'm recording content here and sleeping. You know, sometimes I've posted such pieces and people are like, wow, you know. So take us a bit behind the scenes so that we know that we are dealing with a real human, okay? Then share client testimonials. Share client testimonials, share transformations and wins. Such kind of content is going to build trust. Vulnerable stories also. Don't be that perfect person all the time. Sometimes come and show us that, you know what, I'm not a perfect person. Yeah? Because our weaknesses make us human and our humanity makes us influential. And visibility is about your ability to influence. If you want to inspire people, the word inspire and the word influence come from the word in spirit. For you to be able to inspire people, you must speak into their spirit. And you can't do that if you're showing only the perfect side of you. Okay? So content that builds trust. And then there's content that builds community. Yes. So what is content that builds community? Going live. Okay? Podcasts, long-form YouTube content, Q&As. This kind of content builds community. Why is it critical for you to build community? You need to build community because when you build community, they become raving fans. That's why today, brands like Apple still enjoy the benefit of community built by the founder, Steve Jobs. So community is a whole other thing I can talk about. Maybe I'll come back, I don't know. But building community, you can't build, to build community, you need to have some central ideas that you sort of, you build, I don't want to call it a cult around it, like everyone starts believing those ideologies. Not that they're bad ideologies, but you build interesting ideologies. I'll tell you, for example, one of the ideologies, if you come near me, is that profit is for the feet. So anyone who comes through my programs will know things like profit is for the feet, you know, man, what, such kinds of words. So you find that you build a community who speak the same language, who believe the same thing, who feel the same energy. Now, once you build this community, these kind of guys usually become advocates. Okay, but before you do this clearly, you need to have done your foundation and content very well. Okay, so there are 4 kinds of content. Now, it is very important that after you have those pieces of content, so Lydia, how do we do that? You don't post only one form of content, you blend them. How do you blend them? Through a content calendar. Okay, so you have a clear content calendar that enables you to give some authority building content, some content that sells, some content that builds trust, some content that builds community. You have a mix of it so that you're not always on selling mode, selling mode, selling mode, selling mode. What I've seen, one of the mistakes that many entrepreneurs make is that buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. I saw someone who joined the call immediately. I don't remember the name, but they posted, hey guys, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm selling this and this. Is it I'm selling? Is it perfumes or what? Buy from me. That is not the way to do it. Okay? You position yourself as salesy. And when you position yourself as salesy, you repel people. Okay? You need to give so much value that the response towards you is, this person has given us how much value. Show me where to pay you now. Show me, show me, show me. How can I buy something from you? Okay, and you do that by positioning valuable content. There's the law of reciprocity, okay, that if you give too much good, the natural response of the human heart is to say, you've given us too much good. If you've given us this too good content freely, it means that your paid content, your paid stuff are good. Please take my money, take my money. It's the law of reciprocity. It's just like that. If you just put out value, and so you must focus on putting out value, because the natural response is that people will want to naturally pay you for the value that you are giving. Now, balancing the content is important, but to get the people to watch the content, you must hook them. Okay? So hooks spice your content. What are hooks? Hooks is the first 3 seconds of your content. Hooks is the first 3 seconds. You must make sure that the first 3 seconds of your content stops someone. That video of mine, which went viral, this was the opening statement. This is the fastest way to kill your business. You get, no one wants to kill your their business. So immediately they're going to watch the video because they're like, let me watch and see. This is the fastest way to kill your business. Yeah. So hooks come in different ways. I wish I could talk about hooks because there are too many hooks. I would dive deep. This visibility thing is a wide topic, but just know that when we talk about hooks, stop releasing content of, hi guys, welcome to my business. Today we are talking, that will not cause you to go viral. You need hooks. Because you see, let me tell you what happens when you go viral. When you go viral, you increase your reach. When you go viral, you reduce your marketing budget. I remember that time I was planning for a particular conference and I was going to invest in ads. But immediately that video went viral. I didn't spend the money I needed to spend on ads. Why? Because I had too many inquiries coming in at a rate that I couldn't keep up with. 2 members of the team were responding to the messages, but still we couldn't keep up with them. They were too many. They were many. So yes, the hooks are good because they will help the algorithm notice, oh, people are watching this, so that the video goes viral. Okay, so it is important that all your content has hooks as much as possible. Okay, yeah, and sometimes just create controversy. Yeah, I'm going to say something that you don't like. You open your, I'm going to say something that you don't like, but listen to me till the end because it will help you. When I say listen to me till the end, I'm trying to tell you to watch my video till the end, because when the algorithm notices that you have watched my video till the end, it says that this is very good content. Therefore, it's going to push it to many people. So when you see people saying that the juiciest point is at the end, guys, that is not science. That is them working with the algorithms, and you too need to learn to work with the algorithms. Don't say I'm going to give you 3 points and stop there. I'm going to give you 3 points on how you can grow your finances. Don't miss number 3, because it's number 3 which took me from shillings to millions. You think I'm not going to watch that video till the end? Hey, put some suspense in your content. Okay, now hooks are not only for the start. You can hook people continually through your channel. Okay, yeah, hooks spice up content. So if you don't have hooks in your content, please go back and check all your content and make sure you have hooks there. Now, finally, as I come towards the end, visibility doesn't make sense. Visibility that doesn't lead to income is wasted. Okay, so you need to make sure that ultimately there is a way that you are converting these guys to actually be able to pay you. How does it start? This is the visibility pathway, awareness. Now I'm showing you how to actually now build a case for money. I'm showing you how to build a case for conversion from someone just to watching your content to now considering buying your product or service. Start with awareness. What do you bring? What are you bringing awareness about? Bring awareness about the problem. At that point, you're creating content. So you have created, you start maybe the first 3 videos you post in that week, you're just creating awareness. You're just creating awareness about a problem. I've realized that these days, marriages are breaking. Let's say, for example, maybe you are dealing with couple counseling. I've been asking myself a question about why marriages are breaking. This is you posting. And I've come to realize, after doing a bit of research, I have found out 3 key reasons why marriages are breaking these days. Number 1, number 2, number 3. That's the video day 1. The next day, you're still building awareness. People say that marriages are breaking because of the women. I want to disagree with that. You know, so you see how you're building awareness. People are following you. As you start doing that, you're connecting. You say, now tell me in the comment section, what do you think? Is it the women who are breaking the marriages, or it takes 2 to tango? You're starting to connect. Guess what? They're starting to chat with you and share their views. You're now starting to seem like a friend who is chatting with them. As you're connecting with them, as they're engaging with you, you're building trust. Okay? Yeah. Now, as you're building trust, you must have an offer. This is where people start missing the money. You must have an offer. You can't build awareness about a problem if you don't have an offer that you are going to use to solve the problem. But don't worry, I found the solution. Okay, so that is now where you present your offer as a solution to the problem that you have created awareness about. Now, the way of making sure that this actually converts is that you have what I call CTAs, call to actions. There's a client of mine in Kenya. One of her issues, she's like, Lydia, I'm creating content, but I'm not converting. I told her, send me your channel. I went and looked through her content, and I noticed that. I told her, you know what, your content is very good, but I've noticed you have one mistake in your content. You don't have CTAs. So I told her, go and start inserting CTAs. She does effortless weight loss for women. She's called Esther Kirago. Even if you search her, you'll find her. Esther Kirago. She's an aero engineer, but also doing weight loss. So I told Esther, your content, you need to add CTAs. When Esther started adding CTAs, few weeks into that kind of way of doing things, within about 2 to 3 weeks, she told me, Lydia, I've closed 2 clients in the US for my effortless weight loss program. Okay, just by changing a simple thing, adding CTAs. You know, the funny thing about this social media thing is that don't be too clever. It is small little things that shift the game. It's not usually big things. So if you bring your cleverness here and say, I know, oh, wow, it will hit you down. Just a small thing like this was what changed Esther's game. And then, of course, consistency. You need to be consistent. That will lead you to leads, okay? When you have CTAs, people either type in the comment section, I like this, I what, and then once they do that, you move them into a sales pipeline where you now continue conversation with them. Now, this is where people lose the money from in this online game. You start conversations and don't carry them out. When I say carry them out, you need to take the conversation from the platform, from TikTok, from Facebook, onto a phone conversation, onto a Zoom conversation. You need to be able to put that person in your pipeline. That pipeline needs to have a name, an email address, a contact, and a plan of and how you are the conversation, what is happening. Because immediately you don't have them in the pipeline, you are not tracking numbers. This is where very many people lose it. Business owners, you can't operate a business and you don't have a sales pipeline. Anyone who says, I like your product, yeah, you like it, start engaging with them, get their name, get their what, put them in a pipeline. Okay, they must go in a pipeline. Even if they just say, I want to buy that, and they buy immediately, still put them in the pipeline. When you enter them in the pipeline, you will just show that they bought. Why? So that the next time when you have something else to sell, you're not again looking for clients far and wide. You've already captured them. Why are you letting them to go? Okay? So the pipeline is very critical. Oh my God, I told you I'm a storyteller, daughter of a storyteller. I need to be coming to the end of this conversation. I'm coming to the end. So the thing is, get seen, get heard, get paid. Reels, reels. Okay? And repeat. That is the thing. What do I mean by rinsing? You keep bettering the process, bettering the process. So that means that every week you need to be able to look at your analytics every week and say, this video, why did it go viral? This one, why was it slow? This one, what? Because every piece of content that you put out there is telling a story. All the numbers that you put out there, either it means that your hook was good, either it means that you used keywords, either it means that your lighting or what was good. Yes, by the way, let me tell you something. Do you know that these social media channels also push very good, high quality videos? So if you're there and you're posting very poor quality videos, your light is bad, your sound is bad, I'm here to send you a special announcement. Stop. Because there is a way in which these algorithms also shrink content that is not very good quality. So yes, one of the good things you need to invest in yourself is a good phone with a good camera as part of the business investments. Yes, it's okay. Buy yourself a really good phone, which will help you have good content because it has an impact. Okay? Yes. So guys, that is really it. That is really, really, really it. And I've talked a lot. I couldn't finish everything. I need to come to the end. I know Anita is soon going to start telling me, Lydia, you need to go. But just in case you want us to do this thing together, you know, I've talked about so many things. I want to invite you to join me starting next week on Monday. We're going to have something interesting called the 30-day visibility challenge. Yeah. And it will be running for 1 month. This is the very first one I'm running. Why am I running it now? Because I run something similar in my private community. I have a private community called the Global Passionpreneurs Network for business owners who go through my program. And when I ran that thing for 90 days, so over 90 days, I was holding them accountable to put out content consistently for 90 days. And I saw results. People made more money. Those who had struggled with confidence grew their confidence. Those who didn't know what content to post learned how to post content. And so I said, you know what? Why don't I do this also? As we come to the end, I open this up to more entrepreneurs beyond those who are within my private community. So I want to invite you, okay, to end your year in a big way. End with a bang, okay? End with a bang. Don't just go and shout, God has been bad to me this year. No, he has not been bad to you. As a matter of fact, he has been good to you. He's brought me to you. Yeah. So just in case you're saying that, Lydia, I want to join you. I want to welcome you. What will you get in this program, in these 30 days? So for 30 days, I will be with you. I'll give you daily hooks. Okay. So you'll not be thinking about the hook. I'll just tell you, start your video like this. We shall have 1 session per week where I'll tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, okay? I'll give you templates for tracking your visibility and content planning, so you'll not struggle. If you've been posting randomly, I will give you content, okay? And I will also support and hold you accountable. Yes, I'm a results woman. I love results. If you want results, you need to come close to me. I'll hold you accountable. I'll pat you on the back for where you've done well. I'll call you out for where you've not done well so that you can do better. What are the outcomes? You'll build your personal brand, you'll post content, you'll align with the right clients, and you will gain confidence to sell without fear. Let me tell you, you know, when I'm talking about this thing, I'm talking about it so confidently because I have seen my clients get results from it. There's one of the doctors, she's a doctor in one of the hospitals here in Uganda, and she told me, Lydia, what will the other people think about me? I'm a doctor. How will I told her, doctor, don't worry. You know what? We are going to post this content. She has posted content, and I can't believe she has been able to do that. But she came in so fearful and so timid. But through the 90 days, we've seen a lot. And through the 90 days, people have made money. So join me. So finally, I just want to say, if you want to go from invisible to visible, join the challenge. And guess what, by the way, there is a 48-hour bonus. If you sign up between today and tomorrow, I will do a personal visibility audit session for your channels, okay? I will look through them and do a personal audit, okay? That is if you pay full up. So, but to book your spot with only 150,000 shillings, you can actually be able to book your spot. Where is the number? That is a number that you can make payment to or call, okay? If you don't find me at the end of that call, don't say, Lydia, you are not what I've taught you how to build systems in your business. That is one of my incredible team members who you'll find behind that call. But guess what? That is also me. Why? We need to build systems. You can't expect me to make the presentation here to take your money to what, no. So don't get annoyed if you say, Lydia, you told us that this is your number, but we didn't find you. It is system. A business must have systems, yeah? The systems that I talk about are the systems that I also implement. So that is not my direct number, but also I'll give you my direct number, okay? Because you've asked for it. I'll not be mean with it. I'll type it in the comment section. That one will reach me directly, okay? But the payments for the challenge, don't put on that number, please, on my personal number. They go to that 070. But I've posted my personal number there that will lead you directly. Those of you who say, Lydia, I don't have 300,000, I can't afford 300,000. Okay, I give you another option. You can buy a digital copy of my book, Profit from Your Passion, which is 20,000, and a physical copy is 40,000. Yeah, so you can make a choice of what you want, a digital copy, a physical copy, or join me, come and spend a little time closely with me so that some of this energy can rub off you. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to pour into your life. I'm going to use the last few minutes to take some questions. And I will start. Anita, is that okay? Can I take some questions?
Oh,
okay,
yes.
Someone says in the comment section, this is one of the best sessions I have attended. Amuge, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Glory to God. How do we get the digital copy? Simply make a payment to that line and it will be sent to you. You'd have gotten to the website, but the payment gateway has been inactivated. So this is just make a payment to this number that you're seeing currently on the screen, 0707 147 Then you'll send us your email and we shall send it to you, a digital copy. Oh yes, Living has even posted. Someone on my team is there, Living Ignatius. You can see he has posted the number to which you can make the payment to. And he has also given an option of ABSA payment. You can also make a payment to ABSA Bank. Yeah, we have different options, so you don't say, I don't have mobile money. What I thought I knew about visibility and what I have learned. Thank you, Lydia and Enterprise Uganda. You're welcome, Purity. Okay. How do you start from zero if you are a sole proprietor so busy with running of your core business? How does one effectively do it efficiently without, how does one do that effectively? By the way, you can do it. My clients are professionals. Let me tell you, I have lawyers, I have doctors, and they post content consistently. There's what we call, I teach them something called a content block. A time block called the content block time, okay? So you block out time when you create content. So you look at your timetable, you look at your schedule and ask yourself, when can I block out time? So let's say, for example, maybe you have time over the weekend. Over the weekend is the time where you can sit, okay, to actually now script your content. So usually I teach you to get titles for these, you get the titles for the content that you want to post, you get the hooks. So you spend some time just scripting what you want to post, okay? And then you also get some time for shooting. So one thing I've noticed is that all the clients who blocked out time were able to be consistent. And then the other thing is that also having someone accountable to help you keep accountable is a good thing. Because when you say, I'm going to post, there are high tendencies, especially when developing a new habit, that you'll give yourself excuses. Okay, so when you have someone telling you, hey, you need to post, that will help you, especially during the start. That's why we need to join the challenge so that I can help you with that. Okay. Yes, I hope that has answered you, Violet. So it's about blocking time, Violet. It's about blocking time. And then Violet, don't put so much pressure on yourself at the start. You can start, for example, with 3 pieces of content. Then once you master posting at least 3 pieces of content, you keep expanding. You notice that, okay, for the last 4 weeks, I've been consistent with 3. Then you can expand. Okay, let me move it to 5. Okay, so you expand gradually. Don't come and say, I'm going to be like Superwoman. Lydia said we post 7 per day. You get exhausted. No, grow progressively. Do 3. As you notice that you're doing well with 3, then before you know it, you move it to 4. Before you know it, you're building a rhythm. Okay. Please, Lydia, share your contents. I've done that. Okay. Thanks, Lydia. Thanks, Lydia. Someone says, thanks, Lydia. You impart knowledge, passion, and clarity. I enjoyed your session. You're welcome, Catherine. I do charity towards the girl child empowerment and her community, basically looking out for sponsors to help implement her activities. How do I capture sponsors? To capture sponsors, do something. You need to be valuable before you look for money. Okay? Please, Charity, first show us that you're doing something with the little you have first. Sponsors are looking for people who are also showing us that they have gotten some results. So go and do something with the girl child. Call out your friends. Capture the good stories that you're having. Then show them what you're doing. Okay? Later on. Yeah, so you must do something that can attract the sponsors to you. Though that is not my core area. Because I focus a lot on business and money, but just that's not my area of expertise, Charity, but do something that will attract you to them. Okay, thank you so much, Lydia. Thank you so much, Lydia. So this has been amazing. Thank you so much. Are there any people who want to join? Let me just see. Is there anyone who wants to join me on Monday for visibility? Let me just see so that I clap for 1 or 2 people. You know, I like clapping as I close the session. Is there anyone who is saying that, Lydia, Monday, I want to join? Okay, Violet, woo. I give you the Lydia dance. Yeah. All right, Violet, just send a message. We shall reach out to you. We shall reach out to you. Great session, Lydia, though I just feel it wasn't enough, but I will still hunt for you. It's okay, you have my number. You can hunt for me. Hoping to join soon. Twaha says hoping to join soon. Waiting for my digital book. Have paid. Thank you so much, Purity, for paying. Okay, yeah, guys, there are many ways to reach out to me today. And if you fail to reach out to me, reach out to Ronald. He has my number. Just in case you forgot to write down any of the numbers, Ronald will send my number to you. Anita, over to you. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed my time with you.
Thank you so much, Lydia. I actually didn't want you to stop. I'm among those that was just saying, oh Lord, I wish we could first hold the clock and then we first listen in more and more. I think we are fit. I think you can sense our faithfulness from a distance
You
now.
guys are
We are
fit.
faithful,
Hey, you
yeah.
guys have kept consistent. The class has been at 60.
We did
Almost
not
in the end,
drop.
people have just dropped out to go. You guys are
We did
fit.
not drop. We were intentional. We stayed. We were teachable. We stayed till the very end. And I think for us, the mission is going to be to get seen, to get heard, and to get paid. You brought those out very, very clearly. Now, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, just go to the chat. I don't know what emoji you're going to get for Lydia. Clap, do a somersault, jump, I don't know, scream from wherever you are. Just get an emoji that can express your current situation after attending this session. Lydia, we are grateful. Thank you so much for the time. We are sorry that time had to cut us short, but we are grateful. This personally, I went to my channels, at least the ones I'm active on. I edited. I did the I did the rinsing for a few, and yeah, for visibility purposes, and I'm sure that it's not going to be the same for me again. And my humble social media, we shall call them humble. Lydia, allow us, for us who are not. We shall call them humble. But
I
thank
shall
you for
not
sharing.
allow, you know, Anita, I shall not allow, because when you call it humble, you will operate in humility. Go and be bold, girl.
Okay, we're going to be bold. We're going to be
Yes.
bold. We're going to be humble because we need to build our brands. We need to build our business. So thank you so much. You've stated clearly we must have a clear purpose. We need to block off time to create content, which has been a challenge. You told us to invest in smart gadgets that can help us, be visible. I also get bored with, videos that there is no light, then you're struggling to see someone, so I don't also want to do that for me and the content I share. You've told us to set goals, to have a content calendar, and I think that's very, very important, because you can post once and then you get lost. You say, okay, so yesterday I posted this one, now what so we need to think before, think through the whole process. And I like the fact that you told us that we need to set goals for 90 days, not saying that these are my goals for the entire year. And so I love the 90 days. I think that's something we can work with, to help us have a clear plan, and also to help us eliminate excuses. By the way, Lydia, one thing I've also learned, the social media community moves on so fast that when you post today,
Is it me who is not hearing Anita? Livy, can you hear me? Okay, I guess Anita dropped off. But as she comes on, I just want to thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to pour into your lives. And I just want to say that, most importantly, don't just leave this place. You've spent 2 hours here. Make sure that there's something that you do. Yeah, don't just listen to this good content and say, Lydia, this was good. You spoke into our lives. There's so many good things that I said, but most importantly is that you need to at least run with something and say, okay, at least I'm going to do a profile audit. Okay, at least I'm going to have a calendar. How much is the book? The book is 20,000 for a digital copy and 40,000 for a physical copy. And the challenge is 300,000. But when you really look at that challenge, it's actually very cheap. It's only 10,000 per day if you really look at it, because for 30 days. So it's about 10,000 per day. But if you only pay 150,000, then you can actually get started, okay? If you book with 150,000, I can allow you to start with me on Monday and then clear on the rest when you're halfway the journey, okay? So the book is I'll just ask Livy, kindly bring me a copy of the book. Just come and bring me a copy of the book so that I show us just very fast a copy of the book. There's a digital copy. So this is a physical copy, Profit from Your Passion. Yeah, I write my journey and my story. Business, they'll definitely help you. It will get you out of your comfort zone. So get yourself a copy. Those who get the physical copies, and they are definitely autographed by me, so get a digital physical copy if you want it autographed, and a digital copy also at 20,000. Why did you leave your academic profession to join the coaching industry? What supported your transition to become a successful growth coach? Okay, so I write about that in the book of my transition, but I'll just tell it to us very fast. Will the training be online? Yes, it will be online, fully online, Violet. So my journey began in a session, in a teaching session in the lecture room, and the lecturer asked us one question: what is the one thing you can do so well, whether you are paid for it or not? What's that one thing that sets your heart on fire? While it was a passing question in the lecture room, it wasn't a passing question. I went on a quest to start searching for that one thing. And when I said, that one thing, I need to find it. And when I find it, I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. So to cut the long story short, I find that one thing. A lot of it is summarized in the book, in detail is put in the book. I find that one thing and say I'm going to build a business around it. That's how I transition. What supported your career transition from becoming a successful growth coach? Coaches and mentors. Okay. At every major turn of my journey, I have had a coach and mentor holding me. Even up to now, even when I'm still coaching business owners, I'm also being coached and mentored. So I have not done it alone. I'm not superwoman that I do it alone. I have coaches and mentors in my corner that I work alongside, but also I read a lot. I read a lot. So it forms my mindset and builds my tenacity to keep doing what I'm doing. But also I'm passionate about it. And also, you see, I teach on purpose-driven businesses. I hope one time Enterprise Uganda will bring me again to just speak on purpose-driven businesses. It is harder to give up on a purpose-driven business than a business that you went into simply because you wanted the money. Okay. So when a business is purpose-driven, then usually it is very easy for you to build it compared to one that is not purpose-driven. Anita, I was just waiting on you to come back. Glad that you're back.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Apologies for my network. It just jumped and I hadn't even realized until I stopped hearing from you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Let's bring this session to a close. Again, entrepreneurs, we thank you for making time. Lydia shared her contacts, and this is a conversation that Lydia, I think let's plan on organizing. I don't know. We'll discuss internally and see how we can even have a masterclass with you, a physical masterclass on this topic, so that the entrepreneurs and any other topic you think would be, actually it could be in celebration of the Global Entrepreneurship Week. Lydia, we have our Global Entrepreneurship Week and it's coming third week of November. I know you will be with us, but we also request that you plan something for the entrepreneurs, and if it can be held at Enterprise Uganda offices, that would be amazing. Yes, thank you so much. Let's